Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Nanny Joanne. Today I'm going to be talking to you guys about first time meet and greet that I had with one of the families that I chose to go ahead and work for, and it went a little something like this. So this was kind of like an interview slash meet and greet. We ended up going to a local park near to where they were moving in because their house was not ready for guests. They had painting that was being done. They had the movers that were helping them move. So they said, all right, let's meet at a park because our home is not ready, unfortunately. So I Googled their home and I was like, okay, this is a little bit smaller than where I'm used to working out of, but you know what? Let me meet you guys and give you guys the opportunity to meet me. I can meet your son and we'll go from there. So I went to the park. It's a lovely neighborhood here in New Jersey. I actually like the neighborhood. It was the mom and the dad, and they had one child. He was 3. So immediately I noticed that the parents were older, late 40s. So also right off the bat, I noticed that she looks a bit disheveled. You know, she's got the frizzy curly hair, the big, hi, how are you? Like, I'm not knocking her. This is just, it adds character to the story. They looked like your typical kind of like nerdy parents, glasses, the fuzz, the white hairs, the frizziness. They were not hip. They did not have like nice clothes. But they were lovely people, and I did end up taking the job from them. So they said, hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. Thanks for coming. Of course, the small talk ensued. Isn't the day beautiful? This is one of the local parks around where we live. We live just 5 minutes up this street, and this is our son. And so the first thing I noticed was he has a bib on. Oh, his chin is super wet. So disclaimer, they told me, yes, this is our son, he's 3, he drools a lot, like uncontrollably, and he's been drooling for forever. And I was like, oh, okay, I've never experienced a kid who was drooling, but like literally he would talk and just like his drool would fall, and they would use his bib to go like that. So okay, no issues. Hi, how are you? Nice to meet you. I'm Joanne. What's your name? Oh, I'm so-and-so. Oh, how old are you? And then he's like, I'm free. I'm like, oh, you're free? Cool. Anyways, cute little boy, super petite, super little, really, really small. Drooling baby, but hey, no worries. So we get to the park and there's nobody else there, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna have a conversation with the parents while the kid, plays on his own because we're at a park. No, he would not let go of his father's hand. The father was like 6'3". He had to go down the slides, do monkey bars, go up here, go up there, do the bridges, go up on the stairs, do the rock climbing walls. So off the rip, I'm noticing, wow, this poor kid has no sense of independency because his parents are not really teaching him how to be independent, how to go explore, how to not be afraid, how when mommy and daddy are having a conversation, you go play, we're right here, and if you have anything you want to say, you come and find us. But no, literally I was with them at the park for a good like 40 minutes, and the dad tried to chime in, and then he called him and it's like, all right, I'm sorry, I'll be right back. So he went, and then he would try to like be talking to me from like the top of like the park and the bridge, and I'm like, oh yeah, so my experience is this, and yeah, I have a flexible schedule right now, yeah, I can start whenever. So it was kind of uncomfortable to talk to somebody like that. Like I like having like face-to-face conversations, but I could also tell that he wasn't very independent, and maybe it was because he was an only child and there was nobody else at the park there. So who was he really going to play with? But still, I feel like parents should instill certain boundaries at an early age. And it's just about being polite and respectful. When adults are talking, go play. We're right here. You're safe. Don't worry about it. We got you. So the mother told me about the drooling, and she told me that, the doctor said that it's just part of him growing, that he'll like, grow out of it to just help him remember to like, Leo, don't forget to not drool, basically to like use his bib to clean himself off or to remind him to swallow. And I was like, okay, sure, no problem. I can do that. Anywho, so that was my first impression of them and their son. I wasn't really like super enthusiastic about working with them. I didn't like that their house was a little bit on the smaller side. I didn't like that not that they weren't presentable, but that, I don't know, like first appearances are everything, right? And they looked fatigued, older. They just didn't look their best for an interview. Their son was really dependent on adults. He had this drooling issue, which, like I said, I ended up taking the job anyways. But I kind of like signs that I probably should have been like, yeah, just keep looking. Maybe you'll find something that actually like says, boom, wow, this is what I want to do. And the fact that I hadn't seen the house like in person, I wasn't feeling that too much either, but I did like the neighborhood, and I was like, all right, well, I can grow with this family. I think they may have something to offer me despite of their appearances. Maybe they're just super humble or not materialistic. They ended up being great people. However, I did end up leaving that job, but not voluntarily. You know, COVID hit, and so they felt more comfortable if, you know, I didn't come back, I guess. Or it was unforeseen when I was going to come back, and I can't live my life on pause like that. I still got bills that need to get paid, so it just didn't end up working out for us long term. So I had started with them in July, and COVID hit in March, so a little bit under a year, kind of like 9 months or so. But it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the kid. Never got over the drooling thing. He ended up seeing a therapist for his speech. But yeah, overall, that was my first impression with that family. And looking back on hindsight, I probably wouldn't have taken the job. But you live and you learn. And overall, I was treated well. They paid me on time. They paid me what I asked to get paid. And it's a new experience that, you know, gets put in my pocket. All right, guys, hope you guys enjoyed this little preview on what it was for me to have a meet and greet for the first time. So I'll catch you guys all next time with more nanny tips and tricks from yours truly, Nanny Joanne.